Hello again, everybody. Zack Attack is here with the Atakline for Monday, July the 30th, 2012. Almost the end of July. Hope you had a good weekend this weekend. You know I did. I had 2 gigs over the weekend on the same day, on Saturday. In the morning, I did the Foos Township Open House for the second year in a row. Last year I was mostly second tier to another band. This year I did the whole thing. I was the only musical entertainment at this Boost Township event. It was kind of like All Noches Festival. Big event with a petting zoo and a couple of activities for the kids and me. And even a peach pageant for Peachy, Queen, and King, which you never found out who they were. But anyway, it was a decent turnout, great turnout. The crowd loved the show, and we had a great weather, and it was a fun night, fun afternoon. Then I went to a grad party after that for Alex Shiner, a woman basketball player. And that was a decent grad party too. The last 3 grad parties have been more vibing, more chilling, not a lot of dancing at them. We had a little bit of dancing at this grad party, but not as much as I would expect for a girls' grad party on a Saturday afternoon / night. But it was still a decent day. 2 decent gigs. I got a gig Wednesday morning, yes, gig Wednesday morning, this Wednesday morning, and of course the gig this upcoming Saturday. My last grad party. And on Wednesday is a thing for my yacht club, here on Yacht Club. Alright, on with the entertainment news for today with your #1 movie of the weekend. Yes, for the second week in a row. La 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 la. Batman, The Dark Knight Rises remains at #1 with a resounding 60 million, following last week's big debut at 160 million. And bomb. Sorry, Ben, but say it. Your movie, The Watch, bombed at 12 million. Got his ass whipped. Sold and Step Up 3 Revolution, only making 11 million. So there you go. 2 movies bombed. The Dark Knight reigned at #1. And I got to see The Dark Knight at last. This past Friday, I had a day off on Friday. I didn't have a gig on Friday. I had 2 gigs on Saturday. So I had Friday be the Dark Knight movie, Dark Knight Rises. I'm not going fully into the story. And no, I'm not giving any spoilers. This will be a spoiler-free review. It is a very dark and moody movie, kind of symbolist movie, especially the ending, kind of shocking and sad. Well, it is the last movie of the trilogy, so you could expect not so happy ending for the last movie of the Dark Knight trilogy. But it was a very good movie, very action-packed. It was a thinking movie, very dark, moody movie, of course, with Kane. A lot of twists and turns in this movie, but a decent movie nonetheless. A little better than Dark Knight. I didn't see Batman Begins, but I did see Dark Knight 4 years ago. This was a little better than Dark Knight, but not much when it comes to money-wise. Not making as much as Dark Knight, but still decent movie. Dark Knight Rises. If you haven't seen it yet, see it. Even though it's been alienated with this whole shooting thing. I think they charged him today. So there you go. On the rest of entertainment news, starting with the MTV Video Music Awards. Now, Staples Center in Los Angeles is hosting 3 of the biggest events this summer. First, it's hosting UFC on Fox this upcoming Saturday, when Shogun Rua takes on Brendan Vera, and also Ryan Bader takes on Lyoto Machida. It's also hosting SummerSlam on August 19th, and the Staples Center is hosting something this summer and never hosted ever. The MTV Video Music Awards. First for the MTV VMAs. First time at the Staples Center. Never been there before. And for the first time since 2005 that MTV VMAs are on a Thursday. It's not been on a Thursday in a while. Mostly been on Sundays for the last couple of years. And now it's on Thursday, September 6th. Now we don't know the host yet, but the nominations for the VMAs will be announced tomorrow morning. Now, here's some of my predictions. I predict big nominations will be going for Gautier and Fun and maybe One Direction. What I'm predicting for Video of the Year, Gautier, Fun, Adele, and Katy Perry. Those are my first predictions, and maybe a wild card, because you know VMAs always have to have like a wild card or two, because last year you had the Beastie Boys and Tyler Creator alongside Katy Perry and Adele and Bruno. So I also expect, like I said, nominations. I expect most nominations going to Gautier and Fine. I doubt may get some nominations, probably for someone like you. Also expect One Direction to be nominated for some awards, including possibly Best New Artist. So we'll see what happens tomorrow morning when the VMA nominations are announced on MTV.com. Of course, the award ceremony September 6th at 9, 8 central on MTV. Now, speaking of VMAs, news on the woman who's won the most VMAs in the history of the show. Of course, I'm referring to Madonna. Well, MTNA tour has been through a couple road bumps throughout this tour. More controversial than usual for Madonna. With the whole symbolist thing, she's been airing some illegal things on her tour. Of course, her cleavage being shown. And now new controversies hurt the tour. Madonna performed a theater show this past Thursday in Paris at Club Olympia. But fans were disappointed when Madonna left the stage after 45 minutes. Well, there weren't fans that were disappointed. According to Madonna, people booed her after her show. The press had said that it was fans, but it was a few thugs that Madonna said that caused the booing. According to a statement Madonna released today, she said, unfortunately, at the end of the show, after I left the stage, a few thugs who are not my fans rushed the stage and started throwing plastic bottles pretending to be angry fans. So that's what's going on. Like I said, this Olympia show was a last-minute addition to the MTNA tour. It was only a 45-minute event. Typical for a club show, Madonna said. She would normally do 45 at a club anyway. It was like a one-off appearance, like a festival appearance, not a full-on MTNA production. Furthermore, in a statement, the press reports have focused on this incident with the people booing and not the joyous aspect of the evening. But nothing can take away or ruin this very special evening for me and my fans. When I looked out at the audience, everyone I saw had a smile on their face. I look forward to having this wonderful experience again. So there you go, Madonna, letting it all hang out. Of course, not letting this whole situation bug her with the incident in Paris. I saw a little bit of it. It was streamed online. It was a decent show from what I saw. Yeah. Too bad it was only a short show, but like I said, it was only a one-off. You know, it was a small appearance. It wasn't going to be the full MTNA show. It was in the theater. So there you go. On with some TV news, specifically ABC. Although I'm not watching dancing this season because of the fact that Raw, and I'll get to that, being 3 hours now, Dancing All-Stars has revealed its cast. I must comment on it, being a dancing fan. Now, they revealed the cast of the Dancing All-Stars on Friday. They revealed that 13 couples will be competing, and 12 have been announced. The 13th will be named by the fans, while the pros will be revealed later on. Here are the former contestants that will be returning, starting with the non-winners and the champions. Next, starting with the non-winners. A contestant that surprised everyone back in season 12, going all the way to the finals, Kirstie Alley will be coming back. Also returning, Pam Anderson. She was pretty okay entertaining. Also a person who made it to the final, Joey Fatone, will be coming back. As well as, I can't believe this, why did they ask this bitch to come back? Bristol Palin. They could have asked back anybody. You know, Stacey Keebler, Brandy, who got schooled that season to Bristol. But let me say this. Even though I'm pissed that Bristol's coming back, we can at least thank God it's not Chaz, Nancy Grace, even Cloris Leachman. Thank God for that. Other non-winners returning to avenge their loss, Melissa Wycroft, who was pretty good until the freestyle. And also Jules Marini, who lost a close battle with Shawn Johnson, who ironically is one of the former champions who's returning. Also returning to dancing as former champions, Drew Lachey and Emmett Smith, Apollo Ono, and the first ever dancing champion, Kelly Monaco, and also Helio Castroneves. Too bad they couldn't bring back Mel. Like I said, when it comes to Bristol, the only one I'm bitching about is Bristol. She doesn't deserve to come back. You know, they couldn't go with anybody else besides Bristol. Melanie Brown, Brandy, Stacey Huber, but they had to go with Penguin. But like I said, at least it's not Grace, Leachman, or even Gosling or Kardashian. Either one, Rob or Kim. But when it comes, that's only 12. I mentioned there'll be a 13th. The fans are going to choose the 13th. I hope they make the right choice. I always chastise the fans for their bad choices. Hopefully they make the right choice and pick Sabrina Bryan, a person who got screwed from the finals in her season. I was stunned over Kaya Massey and Carson Creasley. Carson's a fun guy but doesn't deserve it. So hopefully Sabrina gets in with those other 12. The new season of Dancing will be premiering on September 24th at 8 on ABC. 2 nights later, December 26th, will be the season premiere of Modern Family. Well, last week it was rumored that that premiere may not even take place at all. As I reported last week on the Atakline, the adult cast of Modern Family were filing a lawsuit over 20th Century Fox over negotiation problems. Well, by the end of last week, Modern Family's cast problems were settled. Well, half. The 6 adult stars ended their war this past Friday over 20th Century Fox, and the lawsuit has been dropped. They will get a higher salary. Mostly the other cast like Bulgara, Ty Burrell, Eric Stonestreet, Jesse Tyler Ferguson, Julie Bowen. They were all suing, and then Ed O'Neill joined in the battle with them. So like I said, all the actors are expecting to get a big percentage on their ways. But even though the adults have settled their issues, the kids are next. I mean, now the kids are now going to be negotiating over salary raises. But they're expecting this negotiations to be not as tough as the adults. Of course, I'm referring to the kid stars. Of course, Nolan Gould, a.k.a. Luke Manny, a.k.a. Rico Rodriguez, Ariel Winter, a.k.a. Alex, and Haley, a.k.a. Sarah Hyland. Little Lily may not be involved because she's too young. She's only 5. You know? So I'm glad the Modern Family settled their contract disputes. And mostly for the adults. Kids are next. But it won't be as bad as the adults. But can't wait to see the new season on the 26th of September. Best coming on television. And hope they kick ass at the Emmys in a couple of weeks. Now, on the wrestling news. Before I get to WWE, I'll talk about TNA for a moment. I missed Impact on Thursday. That's why I didn't make a review. I was out all last night. I tried watching it a little bit, but I missed a lot of it. But from what I heard from the results, Sting is now the interim GM because Hogan's still out with his storyline injuries. And apparently, there's been suspicions that James Storm is behind Aces and Eights. As once again, Aces and Eights attacked on Impact yet again and attacked everyone but James Storm, causing a lot of speculation that James Storm's behind it. People say, oh, Rude's behind it. Now they're saying Storm's behind it. But while that happened throughout the evening, we had matches. When I read the results, Mickey James, haven't seen her in a while, but she was in a match with Taylor against Gail Kim and Madison Wayne, and Kim and Madison won. And we finally had our gut checked. Last week, Sam Shaw got attacked. Well, 2 weeks ago, he got attacked by Ace and Eights, preventing him from wrestling. So he wrestled this past Thursday on Impact against Doug Williams and lost as usual, but he did showed enough heart to get a contract. So there you go. Also, the long-awaited Impact debut. Somewhat long-awaited, but Chavo Guerrero made his Impact debut. And possibly he's going to do a tag team with Hernandez, as he was attacked by Kid Cash and I think Doug Williams, Not Doug Williams. Who attacked Chavo that made Hernandez come out? Oh, Gunner. Yeah, so Gunner and Cash attacked Chavo, and here comes Hernandez. So possibly a tag team match, probably between those guys at the pay-per-view. Also, AJ Styles took on James Storm. I heard it was a pretty good match. But of course, Aces and Eights got involved, attacking him. But like I said, everyone but James Storm, resulting in a no contest. Each guy got 2 points in the BFG series. We had Kenny King, the Ring of Honor betrayer, taking on Zima Iron for the X Division Championship. I saw a little bit of that match. It was okay from what I saw. Zema Iron retained. And Billy Ray took on Kurt Angle as our main event of Impact. And Asian H once again attacked during the match, I think. After Kurt Angle won. And like I said, Storm wasn't attacked by them. We'll see what happens on Impact this upcoming Thursday. Now it's time for WWE Raw Preview for episode 1001. Top 5 questions must be answered tonight. Question number 5. Will there be more matches than last week? The answer is yes. Yes. Yes, I predict more matches than segments tonight because they didn't have segments for episode 1000. It was a big occasion. Hopefully people wrestle tonight that didn't wrestle wider. So hopefully we get more matches tonight than last week. And we probably will. Question number 4. What will happen with The Miz being the new IC champion? Now last week we saw, of course, Miz defeating Christian. Miz on the comeback trail, coming back at Money in the Bank. And defeating Christian last week, as I mentioned, for the Intercontinental Championship. So we'll see who Miz feuds with first, whether Christian or anybody else. But to try to push the IC Championship as a big belt. You know, IC is a bigger, more prestigious belt in U.S. That's why they're going to have more IC title defenses and making it more a Raw show title than the U.S. title being a Raw title. So we'll see more IC titles, especially with Miz being the new champion. Question number 3. What will happen during AJ's first official night as your new Raw GM? Well, last week it was revealed that AJ said yes. Not to Daniel Bryan already, but yes to being the new Raw GM. With this being her first week of being a GM, what will AJ do? Will she make any matches for SummerSlam? We'll see what happens during AJ's first night as GM. And that leads me to question number 2, talking about SummerSlam. Will any matches be made for SummerSlam? Now we know Triple H against Lesnar's been revealed, but we don't know who's taking on the World Champion Sheamus. Well, we do know that. Alberto Del Rio, who won this past Friday on SmackDown, so it'll be Alberto and Sheamus at SummerSlam. When it comes to WWE Championship, we don't know yet. That leads me to question number 1. What will happen tonight with CM Punk? Now last week CM Punk wrestled John Cena. Cena cashed in Money in the Bank, but lost. Well, won the match but his qualification, but cashed in Money in the Bank and became the first man to cash in and lose it. Because even though he won by DQ, he didn't win the title. But that wasn't the story. CM Punk apparently is now heel, turning his back on the fans by attacking The Rock last week, following Rock's helping of Cena after CM Punk wasn't helping Cena in the post-match beatdown from the Big Show. But we're now hearing that Punk will kick off Raw tonight to explain his actions over turning heel last week on The Rock. I expect a big pipe bomb to explode tonight on Raw at 8/7 Central on USA Network. That's it for the Atakline for today. I'll see you all later for my Raw review. That mind, you've been attacked by the News Bombs Act. Thank you very much. See you later. Yeah.